Hey guys, welcome back to Majin in the Forsaken Kingdom. This time we're going to be entering our final area, and this is going to consist of using the power of electricity that we got to complete this next puzzle. And I gotta say the puzzle that's coming up here is actually quite difficult. It took me 15 extra minutes to complete it. So this video would have been probably 30 minutes long if I didn't cut part of it out. So anyways, you'll see these little like they look like generator nodes, and there will be some that are stationary where you can't move them. Then there'll be other ones that are where you can move them, and that's basically what the puzzle is going to consist of. So the first thing you want to do is you want to activate this generator with the power of electricity. It says, caution for electric transmission terminals. Electrical discharges towards the terminal. Lining up multiple terminals will widen the electrical field. Stay safe. So that kind of gives you kind of a hint toward the puzzle. You have to move these things around and line them up so that you can make the electricity travel from node to node and reach the generator. So that's basically what this level consists of. The first thing we want to do is activate this generator right here, which is really easy. You just have to activate the node on the other side of the gate, and you don't have to move any of the other ones. So this stage of the game is actually you'll be using a lot of these in the future, but this stage of the game is actually a lot more easier. So it's kind of like a tutorial for what's to come later in the game. But there is one particular room in this area that's optional. You don't have to complete it, but if you do complete it, you will get a pretty nice piece of treasure. And we'll talk about that when we get there. For now, what you want to do is you want to fight these enemies, and this is your first chance to actually use the power of electricity. Now, I don't know why I procrastinated here. I mean, I could have used the electricity just to kill them off right away. I guess I was just I don't know why I didn't do it. I did it at the very end there, but as you'll see. But this fight dragged on for way too long because I didn't use electricity. And what you want to do is you want to hold down R1 and then the triangle button to use the power of electricity, and you want to try to electrocute the the vine whip guy or the leader. I would probably go after the vine whip guy, try to take him out with electricity, because he can be the most troublesome enemy. So I would try to go after him first with electricity, not the way I'm doing it right now, but actually use electricity so it stuns him, and then go after the leader guy. Because the soldiers of darkness really aren't that difficult as much as the vine enemy is, because he can immobilize you with his whips and all that stuff. So anyways, I think this is when I used electricity. Yeah, see how the leader just summoned more enemies? So now that I have to fight actually more enemies. More soldiers of darkness. I totally went around about this fight. There, now I finally used the electricity, see? And then you use the O button and it stuns him. Totally takes him out. That vine whip guy was taken out in one hit with that electricity move. So you want to try to use electric combos as much as you can on enemies. And I was just kind of getting used to the controls, I guess. I don't know why I procrastinated on that fight for that, but in future videos you'll see me using it as kind of a primary attack for killing many of the enemies. Anyways, there aren't any enemies at all in this section of the game. That was like the only batch of enemies you'll encounter. I think there's one more section towards the end, but there's like 2 batches of enemies, and that's about it. The rest of it consists of moving these nodes around and trying to power these electrical generators to move on. So here's where we start right here. Now this one's actually really easy. This one you just have to now the ones you can move are the ones that are in the yellow. The yellow nodes are the ones that you are able to move, and the ones that look like have more of like a brownish color to them like that are the ones that are stationary that you can't move. So what you want to do is you want to line up see, you can see the generator right there that's fully functional, but you want to line up the node down here, and you want to move it. So it'll tell you, if you place electrical transmission terminals near something which releases electricity, you can increase the distance. So line up several terminals, and then you'll be able to power the generators, basically is what it's trying to explain there. And this one's really easy. You can see all the generators are lined up already. All you gotta do is put the missing piece right here, and then you just power that generator from where Teatl is, and power that node where Teatl is, and it'll light up all the generators. Not that one, but the other one.
Sorry, can't do.
So yeah, you want to go down here, actually, down the ladder. And you want to go back up the ladder and back up to the, the top of the area. That's where you want to be. And the generator we're trying to power is actually this other one right over here. So you actually cut the video right there, but it's actually on this side right over here. Now that's where we actually moved the terminal. Now we can finally power that generator. And that'll give us access to the elevator.
Yay! That's great!
So now we can bring Teatl and Tapeo up to the up to the above level. And this is the area that I was talking about before. That's optional. You don't have to complete it, but if you do, you'll get something pretty nice for it. So it should be pretty mandatory. So let's pick up this treasure right here, and that's one treasure that we got. Now, the gate that's broken right there, that's the area I was referring to. Okay, so as soon as we enter this area, you'll see these electrical nodes again, and you'll see a whole bunch of them that you can move around in this room. There's 2 generators in this room that you have to power, basically, to unlock the gate that leads to the item that we need. And there's also a box that we have to move. So the first thing you want to do is you want to move the box just right up there, right where it's at right now. And then you want to move these generators around. Now if you look closely on the ground, very closely on the ground, there's actually these little like circles that are like they kind of blend in with the background, with the ground, but they're little like dark circles. You want to place the nodes directly on those dark circles, and you want to kind of line up a pathway to where you can use Teatl from on the other side of the gate to hit the node, and it'll actually power the generator that way. So the way I got it right now is actually perfect. See? Now this is the room that I was telling about, or that I was explaining about, that took me a very long time. It took me like 15 minutes to figure this crap out. So there are a few little cuts, so hopefully the video is not too difficult to comprehend here. Now the next thing you want to do for the next generator is you want to move this box into place. And then you want to move the nodes into a different location to where it lines up, on the other side, so it powers that generator. Because right now it's lined up on the one side. Now you want to line them up on the other side. And you want to make sure that they're on those circles. Now in future puzzles that are kind of similar to this, you won't actually have those circles. That's why I said this is kind of like a tutorial for future puzzles that will be coming later on. And later in the game, it'll be a little bit more challenging. because you won't have those circles to you'll have to place them kind of by your instincts. You'll have to know where they are and stuff like that. But that'll be much later in the game. So. And line them up in a straight line all the way to the box, where it like goes over the box and into the generator, just like that. And that's how you complete that. Hopefully that wasn't too confusing, because I did have a few cuts in the video, so you know. And then you open this gate right here, and there you go. And that'll give you access to this treasure right up here, and I'm pretty sure you can guess what it is. It's the last piece of the scholar's outfit. So now with the last piece of the scholar's outfit, I'll actually be showing that, the full scholar's outfit, in the next video, before we fight the boss. So now we can pretty much access this elevator now and go move on towards the last part of this level. And this next area has a similar generator where we have to use these nodes again to move them around.
Okay, I wait here.
I'll take him out right away.
Okay.
And the other guy.
I go now.
Notice how every time I'm doing these combos, like as I'm progressing in the game, I'm actually jumping further and further, or I mean, I'm jumping higher and higher than I previously was when I, started the game. So you get more air and stuff. Now up here, there's 2 death thighs that are very easy to take out, and there's also an archer. So you just take all these guys out, the 2 death thighs and the archer, and then pick up the treasure chest. That was pretty easy. They didn't make it very difficult for that part of the game. This area, this area of the game is probably one of my most annoying areas in the whole game, though, because it took me a long time to figure that crap out, how to rearrange those nodes and everything to make them perfect and everything. So the electricity, so you can hit the generators and all that. Probably one of my most annoying parts in the whole game are these puzzles using these generators. This one's actually, this level's actually pretty easy. The future levels, there's one particular area that's kind of optional where you have to use them, and it's just really, really challenging. It took me forever, but you'll find out about that later, like much later. Now this is basically the last puzzle we have to do for these generators, and this one's pretty straightforward. You just have to, look for the circles on, kind of blend it in with the green and the brown floor. So you just kind of want to line them up in a straight line. Just make sure they're all in the circles. And this one's pretty easy. This one's not too difficult at all. I mean, all of the nodes are right there. You just have to pick each one up and line it up. And then that's the last generator you get to power with Teotl from that edge. And there you go. Now you have access to the exit.
Good.
So you can finally leave this area. Now there are a couple more items to get, which is right around here. There's actually a green fruit upgrade, which we haven't seen in a while. And there we go. That'll give him a little bit more stamina, a little more HP.
I can fight more and more.
Alright, now the very last item is of course the memory shard, and you'll see where that's at. It's actually right up here above this item, above the scholar's hat. So in other words, if you don't complete that optional puzzle, you will not be able to gain access to this memory shard. So keep that in mind if you're going for the memory shards, because it's actually right here in this little alcove that I'm at right now. So we're going to switch it to night. And there it is, right there. Pick that up, and that makes all the items in this area. Now, in this point in the game, you should have collected all of the items and 14 memory shards. If you don't have 14 memory shards and you want to go back and try to, you know, collect the missing memory shards that you don't have. So now we can finally access this other doorway right here, and this will take us out to towards the save point and the exit. So that's it for this entire area, and the next area we're going to be focusing on completing the second boss finally, and moving on with the game. And it's pretty cool story cutscenes coming up, and that's about it. And you'll be seeing me fight the boss with the new Scholar's outfit. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.